How's it going, everybody? It's Royalty Crypto here, and today I'm going to be talking about a catalyst that could cause ICP and the overall crypto market to absolutely explode. I'm also going to take a look at some different price predictions for this coin and go over some other things to be paying attention to if you are a crypto investor. But before I get into all of that, guys, this is a brand new crypto channel, so if you like altcoins and just overall market analysis, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. But without further ado, let's take a look at the ICP chart. As you guys can see, we are currently trading at $3.20, which equates to a $1.75 billion market cap. We have a 24-hour trading volume sitting at 76 million, which is pretty decent for a coin with a market cap of this size. And basically for the past month, we have just been trading sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to trade sideways until this massive catalyst takes place, and that catalyst is when Trump decides to announce his pick for the next Fed chair. If you guys have been in crypto for the past couple of years, you would know that the current Fed chair, Jerome Powell, has been a very hawkish chair, and risk-on assets hate when the Fed chair is hawkish, especially when our interest rates are already elevated. And if you guys have been paying attention to what Trump has been saying about Jerome Powell since he was elected in 2024, you would know that he basically has the complete opposite opinion of Jerome, and whoever he decides to pick as Fed chair will most likely be extremely dovish. And that does reflect on Kalshi. As you can see, the top two picks, Kevin Warsh and Kevin Hassett, are both incredibly dovish, basically the most dovish possible selections that Trump could make. So guys, in my opinion, when Trump does finally announce his pick, this will create a brand new catalyst, and I think that crypto does need a new catalyst, and that could potentially cause us to rally leading into his inauguration in May of 2026. So guys, that is when I do reasonably expect hype to return to the altcoin market, and when we can start to see some rallies that actually are sustainable and can actually continue to the upside. And I do think that ICP has the potential to basically outperform most other altcoins in the space, and that is because I think that this project has a fantastic narrative. Not only is it a strong layer 1, but it also has an emphasis on AI and privacy, which have been basically the two hottest narratives in crypto for the past couple of years. So not only do I expect this coin to rally back up to its recent highs at around $14, I think this coin could potentially go much higher. If this project does really heat up and becomes one of the most popular layer 1s, the sky is truly the limit, and I could see this coin getting to as high as about a $50 billion market cap. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that that will happen without a doubt, because it is almost impossible to predict mid-cap altcoins. However, guys, I think that buying down here at these levels is a pretty solid idea, but of course that is not financial advice. And if you are selling on the way up, you could potentially make a lot of money on this coin. Now, do I think it is a good time to be buying? I personally do think it is a fantastic time to be accumulating, and my reasoning behind that is because we are basically sitting at yearly lows, and last time we got as low as these current prices on the chart, ICP had a V-shaped recovery back up to around $8, and that was in late 2025. Now, of course, this was around the time that we saw Zcash have its incredible rally, and basically when the privacy narrative was at its hottest point. But regardless, I think that once the overall altcoin market starts to heat up again, I could see this coin having another parabolic rally, and maybe this time getting to as high as $30 to $50, if not much higher. Also, the crypto fear and greed index is currently sitting at a 41, and we have had a pretty strong rally since the low set at 10 back in November of last year. This is a good sign in my opinion, because it does show that there is people starting to return to the market, and people are starting to get a bit more greedy. This is another reason why I believe accumulating strong altcoins like ICP is a good idea right now, because the market is not experiencing any type of euphoria, and we still have significant discounts for these coins. So yeah, guys, personally, I am accumulating, but at the same time, if this ends up going past 50 or 55 on the index, and we start to see some massive pumps for these coins, that is when I will no longer be buying. So yeah, this could be one of your last opportunities if we do start to get more greed return to the market. Also, guys, as I mentioned earlier, ICP is not only a layer 1 nowadays, they are also working with AI. And as you can see here, I actually tested out out their Caffeine AI platform, which is a platform that allows you to create applications through AI. And this thing is pretty cool, guys. So I just asked it to create a generic app for me to be able to manage my crypto portfolios. And of course, as you can see, I didn't put much time into this because I did just make this for this video, but this is pretty crazy, guys. In a matter of like 5 minutes, it was able to create this application for me. And I mean, I'm sure that you can create just some absolutely insane things with this. So yeah, the fact that they are doing something like this just adds even more of a bull case for this project, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, if you are interested and if you have some time, I would definitely check out Caffeine AI because it is pretty damn cool. But all right, guys, so I wanted to talk about the overall market now, and I wanted to discuss something that is actually potentially a bearish catalyst and something that could cause us to have some negative price action for the next couple of days. If you guys watched my video from yesterday, I talked about how the Supreme Court was going to potentially rule on Trump's tariffs as early as today, but they ended up delaying their decision for this until next Wednesday. So yeah, this is causing a lot of uncertainty for not only crypto, but just overall financial markets. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to trend in the downwards direction until this event does take place on Wednesday. And regardless of the Supreme Court's decision, we could end up seeing a sell the rumor, buy the news event take place. So yeah, just expect the worst and hope for the best. I think that's the best way to approach these types of things. But hopefully once this is finally over with, that the market can move past it, and that would just be one less thing for us to worry about. But it does seem like there's just endless things that the market is worried about right now. And that is, of course, not what we need in order to see a parabolic rally. But the good news is, guys, is when you go on over to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, is you can see that the bears are starting to regain a lot of confidence. Now, the reason why I say this is a good thing is because they are stacking a lot of short leverage positions at about $92,000 right now. This now incentivizes whales and exchanges to push the price of Bitcoin up because they can liquidate all of these traders and cause a bit of a short squeeze. Typically what happens when we see an unbalance on this chart is that crypto starts to trade in the opposite direction. So the fact that bears are starting to get more bearish is actually a good thing in the short term, in my opinion. And when you zoom out a bit and take a look at the 3-month chart, you can see that this is incredibly unbalanced to the upside, which is of course another reason why I am incredibly bullish. It is very likely that once Trump does announce his Fed chair, that we could end up liquidating all of these short traders and quickly pushing back up to around 120,000 for Bitcoin. And once that does take place, I find it hard to believe that anybody will be believing in the 4-year halving cycle narrative anymore. And a lot of those people who are sidelined because of that belief could end up FOMOing back in, which is a recipe for a new all-time high for Bitcoin. And I know this video is technically about ICP, but I just don't think that we will see another leg up for altcoins until Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. So that is why I always talk about Bitcoin in my videos. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope that you all had a fantastic Friday, and I hope that you have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.